Hey guys and gals, Jim here, and this is the second video on the Bandai 5000 Star Destroyer, and I'm doing this one in a little bit lower light conditions, so that way it can be seen more. Now, if you're watching this one, go back and check out my first video. That one I did with it fully enclosed in the display case and in brighter lighting and stuff. So it shows more of the model itself and all that. This one I wanted to do in lower light conditions to show some of the lighting a little bit more and not so much concentrate on the model. So we're going to go from there. But anyway, if the lights look blue, they're not. The camera just does that for some reason. But the LEDs I used in here are pure white. They're not warm white. They're not clear white. They're pure white ones and stuff. And I wanted to go that route because I didn't want things to look like that bluish color and everything. So, but anyway, when I was building this model, I stumbled upon a little deal and stuff. So I kind of took off with it a little bit. But when you do this model, whether you built a lighted model or you do your own lighting, there's an LED that mounts back here that lights up the windows about to that point, and then it lights up the underside area there. And then there's another LED that mounts right about there that takes care of this area and a little bit of the underside. And then there's an LED in the center here that lights up the front area and that. So what I did was, when I mounted this LED in there and test fitted everything together, everything on here is glued permanent. So but anyway, I noticed that it was shining through. You can pick it up a little bit there. It was kind of shining through, giving that little floodlight effect. Like if you see the movies, you don't really notice it, but if you look at pictures, Google up some pictures, photos of the Imperial Star Destroyer, you'll see. And there's different versions where they got some floodlights up here, they got a couple areas back here, they got a couple areas back here. There's other pictures where they just show 4 places. And reason being, there was several different models of the Star Destroyer. In fact, I read the Star Destroyer that they made for A New Hope, it didn't even have any surface deal on the top part of it at all, because it was filmed mostly from the front and bottom and all that. So they didn't really do it. But then when they did A Force Awakens, they completely built a whole new Star Destroyer, and they really went through and super detailed it. But anyway, when I mounted these LEDs, the 2 of them on the sides over here, I noticed they were shining through the windows, because that's the spot that they're really pronounced in and stuff. And it was giving me that little bit of a floodlight effect. So what I did, I played around with them up and down a little bit, so I keep the windows and the side trench lit, but at the same time, I got them to where they were their brightest point, where they were kind of giving that little lighted effect in between the trench, the upper and lower trench. And it kind of resembles that floodlight effect there. And then again in the center area there, you can kind of pick it up. It looks a lot better in real dark room conditions and stuff. And what I did, since I had it there, I wanted to replicate that in the front a little bit. So I mounted an extra SMD on the underside of the top piece of the hull here. And I mounted it probably right about there, so it's kind of shining through those windows and giving it that floodlight look too. And I think it worked out pretty cool that way. I'm happy I did it and all that. And try to get a little look at the other side, maybe a little bit darker. You can kind of pick it up on this side too, where there's those few brighter areas, kind of like what you see in photographs and stuff. So, but and then like I said, I also did along the side trenches. I picked out a few random windows here or there, and just dabbed them. Since I did I filled the windows from the inside with micro crystal clear and all that. So I picked out a few areas here and there, and I dabbed a little dot of Model Master Clear Red on a few windows. I noticed that, and I kind of like the effect that it gives with that way and stuff. I didn't do nothing on the superstructure or anything like that. I already showed you the little blockade runner and Millennium, and you can see the underside, the landing bay is lit up real nicely and everything and all that. And I did do the rear engines, the flicker and all that. And there's not, the only LEDs you get that flicker are 5mm. They don't make them in 3, and this kit requires 3mm. That's that plastic insert that fits inside all the engine nozzles, and there's no room for a 5mm. You'll have to modify that plastic piece, that clear piece, and it probably wouldn't disperse the light properly. So I just used regular the pure white LEDs. There's one on each side, and then there's one underneath the center and that. And then what I did was on the underside of the base, to get them to flicker, I had a blue flickering LED laying around that was already wired up, so I ran that to those 3 LEDs to get the flickering effect. Now the way the model is made, you notice you don't get no flickering in the regular ship lights. So you can get away with doing that and all that. And I have seen some guys where they replace the plastic and put an LED in each one of the engines, but I didn't want to go that route. You kind of want to keep everything, you know, not overkill, because it's a small scale, so you kind of tone things down. If you were building something larger scale, you know, you can brighten things up a whole lot as far as the engines go and stuff. And like I said, the only place I did any weathering was on the inside of the engine housings, the thrusters. I got like a brownish gray chalk, pastel chalk, and it looks just like a soot color, like a grimy soot color, and it gives that little burnt effect on the inside of those engine nozzles where, you know, you'd have like a heat buildup and stuff. But other than that, I'm happy with the way the model came out. The design, the engineering they put into this model, the way they made the little parts for the channeling the light through all the windows and everything, it really worked out great. The only other thing I added that wasn't part of the kit was the top underside of this superstructure roof, and then this front roof too. I used a piece of aluminum tape, which, if you're familiar with ductwork, it's aluminum tape that you use to seal any air leaks that you would have in ductwork. It's a self-adhesive, sticky back, just like you know, a decal you peel off the backing and stick it on and stuff. So it helps bounce the light around in this area a little bit more. And then that's about it. So you know, I'm happy the way everything came out. It looks real cool. It's a nice little model. If you build this model and you're using the batteries and the lighting kit, or if you're using your own LEDs with batteries and you're going to mount them inside of here and keep removing this, if you don't glue this down, you're going to have a real bad gap here where you're going to have a light leak along the front of the superstructure. But being that I glued mine together, I sealed the inside of that with tulip and stuff, so I got rid of any light leaks that I had. That was about the only major place where there was a light leak and stuff. But this is the Star Destroyer. The lights are turning out more of a white color, so I'm happy with that. Sometimes you get them in the video and they look almost blue. But I'm happy with the way it came out. I'm glad I did turn loose and pick up this kit. I was kind of hesitant because of the size, but once I saw the detail and all that, and I didn't have to do any drilling like I did on my Revell one years ago, I went for it and stuff, and I'm glad I did. Even though it is small, it's a very nice model and stuff. So that's my Star Destroyer and all that, and hope you guys enjoyed it. I enjoyed building it, working on it, and getting all the lighting in it and stuff. It took me probably a couple days to build, and you know, maybe a day to work on the lighting and stuff and some little extra fine detail. And also, glad you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for checking it out. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks to all my new subscribers. Thanks for hitting the like button. Thanks for all the great comments you guys been leaving me. And hope you guys have a nice holiday, Christmas and New Year, along with your families. Stay safe out there, and I hope to see you guys soon. I'll give you a little head-on shot at it there. Try to get a little bit of the underside. Once around there, and that's my Star Destroyer. And another thing too, you'll notice that when I pan around on it and stuff, you won't pick up any of the LED hot spots because of that filling the windows from the inside with the micro crystal clear and all that. So that's another thing I'm glad I did and stuff. And it also, using the crystal clear inside the windows, it kind of helps to draw the light to them a little bit more, almost like having a short piece of fiber optic in there, and that rather than just having an opening, even though the holes are chamfered from the inside, to draw the light through them better. Adding that crystal clear actually helps attract the light more, and you know, draws it right directly to the window opening. I did the same thing on my 350 Katinga. So anyway, like I says, thanks for watching again, and hopefully everything works out in a short few weeks with the FTC and all that. I'm just playing it by ear, but I'll keep on doing videos up until I feel it might not be safe or I hear otherwise and all that. And if I think if everything's going to turn out okay, I'll be here for quite some time yet. So until the next time, take care, happy modeling, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.